goodbye, chat. And let's play Dominion. Man, I haven't played Dominion Online in a long time. I played it a little IRL, but I'm probably kind of rusty. Anyway, I'll GL him in the chat so everyone can see. Nothing on the next page. Oh, look, knights. So we're going to have to remember Merchant Guild with 4-3 shelters. Take a look at the board. Attacks. Knights. Familiar. Okay. Trashing Forager. Okay, Forager's really good. It's like a really good card. And Stupid Knight, but it doesn't matter because Forager's way better. Fabulous. Village, you've got City. And that's pretty much the only one draw. Well, that's going to be City as well. Okay. Plus buy and gaining is all here. So you got junking attacks, you got trashing attacks, and no real legitimate defense. I mean, you can trash curses with Forager. That's a thing. So that makes me think Familiar's not worth it. I mean, I'd rather just go Forager than bother with Familiar. But I think Knights are going to be a pretty big deal. They usually are. I don't think you'll be able to outrace them. I mean, you can haggle stuff, but it's still not all that sexy. So yeah, Forager into cities with Haggler. Seems like the plan. Do you open Forager Silver? Do you open double Forager? The Buy Knight is on top. He costs 4. I could open with him. That seems, what's the word? Terrible! Well, I think Haggler's kind of worth it, right? Haggler's pretty good at it. It's going to accelerate your building. So I think we'll open Forager Silver, give ourselves the shot at hitting 5. And we're going to have to play Knights relatively tactically. I mean, I don't want to lose the Knight split, but with Haggler you get pile control. And while City and Knight are going to be competing at the same price point, I mean, Merchant Guild is a decent enough payload, and piles, there could be cheap piles in danger of running out. So, yeah, that's going to have to be a tactical decision for surezies. Let's... Potion, huh? Well, maybe I need 2 Foragers now, yeah. Potion. Okay, so I decided before the game started I wasn't going for Familiar. And I'm still not, but given that he is, I think double Forager might be better. He's giving up his opportunity to hit 5 for the potential to hit Familiar, which a Potion Forager opening would not make me feel good. If I was going for Familiar, I would seriously consider not opening Potion. But I'm not. Do I get the silver, or I have to thin? Thinning is winning. I want the second Forager, and I want to make sure I don't get drowned in curses, so we have to go for double Forager here. Now, let's take this opportunity... Oh, yeah. Let's take this opportunity to... crack open a nice cold Pepsi here. And grab a pawn and be really sad about our lives. This is a terrible draw. This draw is super awful. So he's hiding the fact that he hit 2 Potion here, I believe. Now let's think for a half a second. I've still got all 3 shelters in my deck, and I have this pawn that is not all that great. Do I want Forager number 3, or do I want a silver? Now, my read here is that his Potion, you know, he didn't hit 3 Potion. Granted, that's not because he opened Forager, that's just because he made his own shuffle luck. I want some economy, and economy is going to be important because I've still got 3 shelters in my deck. I feel like silver's fine here. So it's very tempting right now to use pawn for its strongest ability, which is card dollar, and I hope to draw a copper. Unfortunately, I have a 2 and 7 shot of drawing a copper, and then I also have a 2 and 7 shot in drawing a dead Forager, which is super bad. I think I just want to card action this. $4 doesn't make any difference, and versus 3. Yeah, and I want to cycle, and I don't want to draw a dead forager. Hey, 5! Let's think very carefully. Haggler is really good. Okay, then I don't need to think carefully. Haggler's just what I want. And this is more like it, as they say. Okay, I need to pay very close attention to what he's doing. So he got pawn turn 3, forager turn 4, and now he hits and gets a familiar. He didn't shuffle it in yet, but he did get familiar number 1. 2 shelters are down, and with $3, I've got a haggler in my deck for economy. I've got some foragers to help me get places. I want to empty some piles and get cities, so my haggler advantage can be good. Thing is, because that's draw, right? I want to draw all the cards. I mean, getting 2 hagglers in play is going to be super hot. You can just haggle pawns and empty the piles and get tons of cities. That means I need to hit 5 a lot. Is another silver going to help? Yeah, I feel okay getting a silver right now. Forager number 3. Am I really going to... With no draw, I just don't want curses to slow me down. I can haggle a fort. I want this. Silver's a really good card. This one's going to be a forager. Unless I... Oh, 2 pawns. I think I might want 2 pawns. Or wait, I can draw a card. Cards are so good! Thinking. Let's be very careful here. I want a city before I want my next haggler. What am I going to draw next? All 3 of my shelters are gone. I've got haggler. Let's just say the pawn is a cantrip. So haggler, forager, copper, silver. Probably some more copper. He hasn't played familiar yet. Yeah, let's not get too crazy here. Let's just get a city, and let's build the way I want to. This card's a haggler. I definitely need to make sure that I play it this turn, because it's a super good card. And then we'll have to think very carefully about forager number 3. Haggler number 2, forager number 3. I can get bad cards out, which I'm going to have plenty of forager food. And I can get good cards in and start amassing cities and hagglers and stuff. I can have the haggler explosion. Yeah, so this is a pretty easy call here. And did he shuffle? No, so, and he only has the 1 familiar still. Man, I really need to be thinking more carefully about knights as well. Familiar number 2, and you still have no 5 cost. Man, I don't like that. Is a merchant guild better than another haggler? No. City, I think. Yeah, cities, foragers are just going to be gone ASAP, and I'm going to want cities for draw. Let's get the city. Now, what am I going to draw here? There's a purple. I really want to make sure... Yeah, anything that doesn't draw a card is something I want to trash to my forager. So card action here is a clear choice. Very good. And I think I just get forager haggling pawn. Empty the piles, because this is going to be... It's going to be a lot easier to catch up if I can draw cards. And this gets me closer. And he still doesn't have very good prospects of hitting city, does he? Yeah, and I will totally forge silver at this point. I've got enough economy. Okay, now you got your haggler. Yeah, this is good. Silvers are stop cards. I mean, this is unfortunate that I have to trash these instead of curses, but it needs to be done. Now I need draw. So let's get city and haggle. I mean, I got to empty the piles here so I can draw. It's more important for me to do that. Gold! Haggling city. Okay, he doesn't want to empty piles. Okay, that's a good play. I like it. I don't think, yeah, I can't be punished by playing this as a terminal pawn, so it's going to be card dollar? 2, 3, 4, yeah, card dollar. Strongest ability. So good. All right. Now, do I get gold haggling city? No, I have to empty the piles. City haggling forager or double forager haggling double pawn? I feel like this is okay. I don't think this is super risky. Hopefully I'm not wrong. Why do I have 3 coppers in my deck? There's 3 treasures in the trash. If I trash this, I've got 5. City haggling forager and then nothing, I think, is what I need. Pawn haggling curse. I mean, just seems reckless. Yeah, let's not do that. Okay, now we're going to have some turns. Two cities for him, I think, is a pretty clear move. He has a points lead because I've got some purples, and he wants to put some pressure on me. Man, maybe that second silver should have been a forager. Maybe I didn't need that economy. Three buys? All of his familiars are in here. I'm getting all the curses next turn. Well, 3 of them. Yeah, this is a terrible draw for him, actually. He didn't get his haggler. And he didn't play any familiars. Which means I'm probably going to get to this shuffle. I hopefully will. I'd like to think I have enough cities for that. But I think the clear move for him is to get cities. And what he doesn't want to happen is for me to get 2 hagglers in play, buy a province and haggle a bunch of cities and empty the pile. Oh, he gets a lead. I don't know how I feel about that. That seems overly conservative. 6 foragers and only 1 target. Well, let's play this for card and dollar. Yeah, those are the things I want. Okay. I think I just trash foragers here. Have a big turn. Yeah, I can double province with 2 hagglers in play. Can I win if I do that? Either way, I'm doing this. I don't want to mess around with numbers when they're not in front of me. That was a pretty bad draw. Anyway, let's try and win for a second. I've got, let's say I double province. If I gain all these curses, double province isn't enough points. So that means I need something like, I don't think I can do this. Double province. I don't think I can find a force win, and dancing is going to be pretty complicated. I don't have the gains to do a force win. It just doesn't work. I don't have enough money. What I really want to do is double province, haggling 3 cities, and then something else. Problem is that if he plays 3 familiars next turn, which he's guaranteed to do, he has 3 familiars in his hand, that puts the points even. All he has to do is get Duchy Curse, and then he just wins. So I can't leave the piles all that low. I have to get 2 provinces. I have to get good cards and put them in my deck. And if I had just been able to trash a couple curses this turn, this would be different. So he got a bad draw last turn. I got a bad draw this turn. How much do I need to leave in the supply? Does 1 city do it? He's got 1 haggler in his deck, and then what's he have for plus buy, like forager and stuff? I don't think he can draw his deck. I think I need to leave 2 cities in the supply, which is sad, but has to be done. I don't really want to add payload. I want to make sure I can draw. So I think I just want 2 pawns here. But then the pile is kind of low. That leaves, that's less money to end the game. I could see him piling out on pawns at that point. I want 1 pawn because that's the same as the 2 cities for him to get. Now what else do I want? I have to put a stop card in my deck, don't I? I guess I want a haggler. It gives me pile control. And I have terminal space in my deck. This is probably going to be a dud hand. Okay, I don't really like my position at this point. Yeah, this is rotten. Playing card for pawn for card action, which is a good sign. I feel like if this game goes long, I win. Maybe I should have left the city in the supply. I don't know. It's tough to tell what the best play there was. The more I think about it, the worse my situation was. How many cities are in his deck? Oh. Can he win? No, he can't because I left 2 cities in the supply. Province haggling city and... Now that's even risky for him. I don't think he can haggle a city safely unless he's really tracked my deck. Let's just hope he plays super conservatively again. Is state haggling? Copper. Well, I just have to get a duchy here and hope, right? Yeah, my deck is large and terrible. I guess it should have been another forager early. I got greedy. $1 and a buy, huh? Why does he need to buy? Okay, well, we're done here. That sucked.